Hi, my name is Dewey Finn from the Musical School of Rock. And since there's currently no school, yes, and you're learning from home, I'm going to be your teacher, so you can call me Mr. Schneebly. But we're not going to bother with none of those boring subjects. No. We are going to stick it to the man, learn some rock instruments so that you can be in the band. Yeah. So, if you want to learn how to shred the guitar like Hendrix, be the backbone of the band and play the drums like a pro, slap the bass with your bass face on, or be the king of the keyboards, then this is the school for you. Now, I am totally awesome on like all these instruments and could teach you super easy, but to save me a little time, I roped in some dudes to give me a hand, show you how to play. Now, are they as cool as me? No. But if you follow their instructions, you will go from beginner to pro in no time. Remember, music speaks to you. That is what matters most. This one's for all you Billy Joel wannabes. You heard of him, right? No? Ray Manzarek? Stevie Wonder? Elton John? What? Oh, we've got a lot of work to do. This one's for all you keyboard players. You ready to rock? We're gonna look at the song Stick It to the Man from School of Rock, written by the Lord himself, Andrew Lloyd Webber. Okay, so we're gonna start with a clip that tells you a little bit about the playing style of the song and the keyboard sounds that you're gonna need to use so that you can stick it to the man. If you haven't got a keyboard, a piano, or an electric piano is totally cool. You can rock out on like anything. So, get yourself ready and let's worship at the altar of rock.
So, the keyboard sound that we use, if you have it, try and switch to an organ sound. Okay, so this is going to sound like this. Now, an organ is a slightly different way of playing to piano. So there's no sustain pedal. So all the sustain and holding the notes has to be done on your fingers. So you want to let go. If you're trying to sustain, you don't want to lift up every time you play a new chord. You want to hold down. Another thing that's different with a Hammond organ, with an organ sound like this, is there's a lot of glisses. So a glissando is basically this. When you slide up and down on the keyboard with your hand, and you can use either hand depending on what you're going to be playing and what you're leading into. Oftentimes you can lead into a note like, or also fall off a note or a chord. So play a chord and then fall off. So that's how it ends. Most of the time it's cool to use the heel of your hand, so where your arm meets your hand, and you just get stuck in and then slide away. Okay. Then the final thing that's different with an organ is you have normally on the end of the keyboards that we use, or keyboard that you might be using, it might have a mod wheel. Okay, so you can flick it up and down on an organ sound. Sometimes it's the sustain pedal as well. On my keyboard it's the sustain pedal. So what that does is it changes the speed of the rotary cabinet. So older organs, big organs that this is modelled after, they go through a speaker that rotates, and most of the time it rotates kind of slowly like this, and then when you flick the switch you can hear it then speeds up. So this is really cool for a rock and roll sound, especially when you're doing solos. Okay, let's get into it. One final difference between organ and piano is that organ sounds an octave lower than the piano. So middle C on the piano will sound around here, middle C on the organ will sound here. So you play as written, and then it will sound an octave lower on the organ.
Hey, you are sounding awesome! Okay, if you think you got that, it's time to work on the intro and the verse of the number. Now, I want to hear some sick, slick keyboard playing driving this song. So, over to you, Adam.
We're looking at bar 5 to bar 16. Okay, so you've had 3 bars of rest at the very top, so 3 lots of 4 counts, and then the next bar you come in on the 4 and, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's when you play. Okay, and what you play is an E5 with an octave as well, so it's an E, B and E. So you have middle C, and you work down to another C, and then down again, and then up 2 notes to the E, and I play that with my pinky, and then you play the B up from that, so 1, 2, 3, 4, you count 4 white notes up from that E, and I play that with my index finger, and then up 1, 2, 3 from that is an E. So you have an E octave, and I play that with my thumb, so okay, it's quite a stretch, but if you need to, you can just get onto the edges of the keys here a little bit more, so don't play too up and into the key itself. Okay, so we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 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 and. Okay, so that happens 5 times. 5 times you play that on the 4 and then that on that 5th time we're into the verse, so into the vocal. So when the world screwed you and crushed you in its fist, we're into there. Okay, and that's at bar 10. So that's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 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 and. Okay, then at bar 11 you play on the 4 into the 4 and, so you still play that E, we call that an E5 there. You still play that on the 4 and, but on the 4, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, you move everything down 1 note. So that's a D with your pinky, an A with your index finger, and a D with your thumb. Okay, and then that moves into the E chord on 4 and. So it goes like this very slowly. It goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so do that again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, then bar 13 it does the same thing, but this time you're up 1 white key above the E that you start on, and you same beat, same rhythm. So you play the F. This is an F, so F, C, F, and you play that on 4, and then back to the E on the 4 and. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So do that again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so you do 1 time from the D, and then 1 time from the F above, and then you do again 1 more time from the D below. Okay, so we're keeping that same shape, and we're just moving it either 1 key below, 1 white key below the position we're in for E, or 1 white key above, and then moving back to the E. Okay, so I'll go from bar 11 very slowly. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so do that even slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so then if we look at from the whole of that section, we call that section the verse and the intro. From bar 5 we go to bar 16. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 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 and.
How you doing? You got it? You ready to move on to the chorus? Don't worry if not, just keep working on the intro and the verse. You got this. But if you think you're ready, why not turn it up a notch? Start rocking that chorus. Turn the dial up to 11 and let's make some noise.
Okay, now we're looking at bar 18 to 25. Bars 18 to 25. So this is the chorus, and it starts with a gliss. Okay, so a big organ palm smear. So try and get the palm of your hand down here. Grab as many white notes as you can, and then you gliss up to, with your left hand, into an E minor chord. Okay, so the E minor chord, you're one above middle C, and then 1, 2, that's your E, and then so that's with the thumb, index finger on the G, so that's two white notes up, so thumb, 2 white notes up to G, 2 white notes up to B. Okay, and then that's with, I'm playing that with my ring finger. So okay, so that's those three. It's E minor chord. Okay, and you go, so you gliss up to it. So and you hold that for 3. You hold that for 2 beats. So 2 beats. So 1, 2, and then we change. Okay. Now the next chord, you keep that E, and then you play, but you move fingers. So then these 2 fingers lift up, and you put down your middle finger on an A. So 1, 2, 3 notes up, and then 2 notes up from that. 1, 2. You put your pinky down on C. Okay, so that's an A minor there. So we go. Okay. And now, because you don't have sustain pedal, like we talked about, because you don't have a sustain pedal on the organ, you have to try and link the chords together by holding down as long as you can. So you're holding down before you play the next chord. So hold it down into, rather than just stop the chord, play the next one. You want them to link into each other. Okay, so if I go from bar 18, so 2, 1, 2. So that's 1, 2, 2 on the first, 2 on the second. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Next chord, we have a D major. So we're moving down. So we're down to thumb goes down 1 white note to D. Then we go up to I play this with my index finger. So on the F sharp. Okay. So you're going 2 white notes up and then 1 black note up, and then you go from there. You go 2 white notes to the right and 2 white notes up. You get to A, and I play that with my ring finger. So you're going from here. You're going from E minor to A minor, down to D. Okay, D major. And then we're doing the similar thing to what we did just in the chords before, in the bar before. So this time these 2 fingers, your index finger and your ring finger, they lift up. You keep that D there, and you play, and you put down your middle finger on a G. So 1, 2, 3 notes up, and then 1, 2 notes up from that, you put down your pinky, and that gives you a G major. Okay. So all together we've gone 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, let's do that again with the gliss before. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, now we move down again. Thumb goes down 1 white note to a C. Okay, then we play a C major chord. So C, 2 notes up, E with your index finger, and then 2 notes up from that with your ring finger, G. Okay, then do the same thing. Lift up your index finger and your ring finger, and you put down your middle finger on an F. So 1, 2, 3 notes up, and then you put down your pinky 1, 2 notes up from that. So you've got an F major. Okay, so you've gone. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so play that again from the E. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, next chord. Again, your thumb goes down one white note to a B. Okay, but now your index finger plays an E flat, or in this key you think of it as a D sharp. So that's if you go 1, 2, 3. So you go 1, 2 white notes up, and then upper black note as well. And then you go again 2 white notes up, and then upper black note to your F sharp. So you've got a B major there. Okay. And then we do a similar thing, but this time it's going to be slightly different fingering. So you're going from that D sharp to an E. I'll just slide my index finger down, so just up to the next white note up, and then from the F sharp, I take the F sharp off, take that middle finger off, put down my ring finger on a G to give me an E minor again to finish. Okay, so that gets us to the end of bar 21. So let's play from 18 very slowly. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, and then the next bar we get to 22. Now this is quite a jump now, and we go down from, so we've gotten to this B here, but we go down to middle C, so the C right in the middle of the keyboard, and we play a C and then a fifth above it, so a G. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4 notes, 4 white notes above that. Okay, give us that C5 chord. And then below that, you play the same thing, just down an octave. So you find the C below middle C, and then again, 1, 2, 3, 4 notes up, you get the G. So together, okay, so 2 C5s together. I'm playing that with my thumb, and then my ring finger, and then in my left hand, you could play that with your pinky and your thumb. You could play that with your ring finger and your thumb. That's probably a good idea, because then you're moving into the next chord is a B. So you hold that one for 4 beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then your middle finger plays an F sharp on its own. So it goes down from G to the next black note. And your left hand, so the C just comes off. So you move from here to there with your right hand. And your left hand goes from here and moves down a semitone in each hand. So that means, so you go from the G to the F sharp in up there, so G to F sharp, and I'll play that with my index finger, and then you move from the C with your ring finger down to pinky, playing the B, 1 white note down from that. So now that's on the paper, it plays for 4 beats as well. So 1, 2, 3. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But then you have a gliss. Now I would say you could come off earlier on that B chord. So you could maybe come off on beats just after beat 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and gliss. And that's I would go right hand gliss, and then on beat 1 of the next bar, on beat 1 of 24, you play that E power chord, so E5 and an octave, so E, B, E, that we saw at the beginning of the song, so in bar 5. So okay, so from there, from the C, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, gliss, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, and then that holds for 6 beats. So it holds for 4 and then 2 into the next bar. Okay, then you do a gliss up and down, so a nice big gliss up and down. Okay, So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So all together, let's play that from bar 18. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, dude, you're sounding great. Okay, you have a choice now. You may need to go back and do some more work on the intro, verse, and chorus. So, if you're playing a little loosey-goosey, you need to tighten up those hinges, then rewind, go back, take another look at the video. Just keep on working. Remember, it may take a little time, but soon you'll be jamming with the best of them. If you've got those sections down, then it's time to move on to the solo section. This is my favorite bit because we get to show everyone how freaking awesome we are. Now, there are some immense guitar, bass, drums, keyboard solos in this section. Your solo is second, and I know you will blow the freaking roof off. Now, I could totally show you how to seriously rock this next section, but I'm about to watch Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. So, while I'm doing that, you take a look at the next clip, which is going to show you how to break down the solo section for Stick It to the Man.
Now we're looking at Zach's guitar solo. Rehearsal mark B, so there's a big letter B above this, and it's at bar 26. And we're going to look at bar 26 to 33. So, at the top of this bar, you play an E minor. So this is like the chord that we played at the top of the chorus. So remember that's an E, a G, and a B. But this time you also put pinky on your E at the top. Okay, but what I would do instead is I would break this chord up, because you're going through a bunch of chords and trying to move it so that, like we said, with no sustain pedal, you have to make these notes sustain and link into each other, so it's not like a block. Chord, then a chord, then a chord, then a chord. Instead, we want it to go into each other, so smoothly, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'll explain all those notes now, but we're going to use two hands for these chords. Okay, so even though you could also play them with one hand, in terms of keeping everything legato and linking it into each other and making it feel like it's got a sustain throughout and the chords last for the full duration of the bar, we're going to use two hands. Okay, so I would go with this shape. So I'm going with my ring finger on E, my index finger on G, and then I'm playing my index finger on B of the right hand and my ring finger on E. So that's E, G, B, E. And we hold that for 8 beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, quite a while. Now it might be a good idea as well to, if you've got one, or you could use the mod wheel, so that changes up the rotor cabinet, the cabinet, and it spins it around. It speeds it up. So this is what it sounds like. So you hear it's getting faster, the kind of tremolo effect to it, the wobble of it. So that's just a way of mixing up, when you're mixing it up a little bit and making these chords have some structure and some story to them, even though they're just staying on the same notes. Anyway, back to bar 28. So bar 28, we're moving some of these fingers around, okay? Not all of them. So we're keeping the index finger on your right hand on the B and the index finger on your left hand on the G the same, okay? But you let go of your ring finger on your right hand, and instead you play the D with your middle finger. So you go from there to there, and then your left hand, you go from here to here. So you play, instead of playing with your ring finger on your E in the left hand, you play with your pinky on your D in your left hand. Okay, so you're going from this chord, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 3. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now next chord, we use the thumb moves. The thumb plays, so you let go of your index finger, the B there, and you instead play the A, one white note down, and you let go of your ring finger on your right hand as well, and you play with your middle finger on the C sharp. So you've gone from there to there. Okay, and the same, and then in your when you're playing the G, you're playing the G and the D in your left hand. It's going to have to be a little bit of a jump, and you move down. You can play with your pinky and your middle finger, but I would probably play this with my I'd probably play my ring finger and my middle finger. So you're going down to an E. So from a G, so two white notes down to an E, and then a white note and a black note down to a C sharp. So you've gone from the G there, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. So that's an A chord. So we have C sharp, E, A, C sharp. Okay, so from the E, it's 1. Oh, sorry. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then I slide my thumb down to a G, and slide my thumb down to a G, so one white note, and then I move my middle finger down one white note, then two white notes to a B, and I keep the E the same, so I hold that, but the C sharp that my ring finger is on goes down to a B, the white note. Okay, so you go 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down to an E. Okay, so we have E, E minor, to G, to A major, to E. Okay, and all together, it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and on that last chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3. On beat 4, it'd be okay to take all the chord off, so you can have a nice big palm smear gliss. So again, with the palm of your hand, with the heel of your hand, into your solo, which is the next bit. So starts out bar 34. So again, the little 34 above the bar. Start out with an E. The E above middle C with your index finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on and of the 4. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. On that and you play D with your thumb, and then E with your index finger. So all together, 1, 2. Okay, and that's bar 34. So one more time slowly, and we'll gliss up into it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So the next bar is that. It's a D and a G. D with your thumb, G with your middle finger. Okay. So you hold that for 1, 2, 3. Then you can either do this next bit with just one hand. So it goes 1, 2, 3. So that's A and an E. So A and E with your index finger and your ring finger. The back down to your thumb and middle finger D, G. So you're alternating. And for this bar and the next bar, you're alternating between those two. Now to make that smoother, to make that more like an organ player would, because again you don't have a sustain pedal, you could use two hands. So for me, what I would do is go, then I would bring, so I play the E and the A with my index finger and my ring finger. Then I would bring my index finger and my thumb over to play the D and the G with my left hand. So that's like that. So okay, so overlap. So that bar is 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 3, so 4, and so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 4 and 4 and okay. So again, we'll go from bar 34. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and okay. Then next bar, you're alternating. You start on that E and the A that you've just played, and you're alternating between those. Okay, so you're alternating between that and the D and the G for the whole bar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 times. That's the whole bar. So okay, now you can do that with your just one hand. But I think it flows better when it's with two hands. Kind of looks a bit cooler as well. So from bar 34, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then you're going into an E minor chord, like the top of the chorus. In Stick It to the Man in this song as well. So, okay, and you hold that 1, 2, 3. Then on 4 and so that chord, just to break it down, is E, G, B. Okay, E minor. Then on 4 and you play with thumb, A, 4 and so A, B, D. I play that with thumb, index finger on B, and then middle finger on a D, so 4 and but at the same time as playing that D with your middle finger, you also play the A with your thumb, so okay, so 4 and okay, so that bar is 1, 2, 3. Okay, right, then the next bar, bar 38. We then play, you go, your thumb drops down to a G, then you play a B with your index finger, and then you play a D with your middle finger, and then with your ring finger, an E. Nice crunchy E minor 7 there, okay? So you've gone, okay, and that's the top at 75, so 1, 2, and then gliss off with the left hand. Okay, so 1, okay, and then back up as well. So It's a quick one, so ba. Okay, so ba. Okay, but then by the time you've gone up, you then want to move up one position in this E minor 7 chord. So you move your thumb to a B, you move your index finger to a D, your middle finger to an E, and then either your ring finger or your pinky to a G. Okay, so you've gone. Yeah, so that's 1, 2, ba, ba. Okay, so, and in between those two chords there, you want to get a gliss in there as well. So that's just an up. So just an upward gliss. So first of all, you go 1, down and up, ba, ba. Okay, down and up, then just an up. So it'll be a quick one. You might not be able to get all the way down. I know I can't really with that. So just ba, so ba. Okay, and then we're into bar 39. So that's the same chord, but you play that rhythm. So 1, E and A, 1 and 2 and up. So 1 and 2 and up. 1 and 2. So 4 stabs then. Back. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then E with the finger that's already on it. So your middle finger, and then a D with your index finger that's already on it, and then your B with your thumb that's already on it. So that 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I go over the thumb and play with my middle finger the B flat. Then I'm bringing my thumb back round. Okay, so that's a B flat there with my middle finger. Then I slide my middle finger down to an A. So A, G with the index finger, E with the thumb. So okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then we go from, you do this same shape, and you do it a few times repeated, but you get gradually faster each time. So you start slow and you get faster as you go. So it goes A with your middle finger, B flat, the black one up there, with your ring finger, then back down to A, then your index finger on G, then your thumb on E, and that sequence repeats. So you go A, B, A, G, E, and we repeat that 5 times. Getting faster each time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then a B. I go thumb under, B, D, E. So B with the thumb, D with my index finger, E with my middle finger, and then I can play the final chord, which is the chord we've seen before, B, D, E, G, and then gliss off. So all together, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So then it's.
Wow, the new Star Wars movies are not as good as they used to be. Needs more Han Solo. Speaking of Solo, I bet you are incredible. Ready for the battle of the bands you will be. Okay, ye gods of rock, you are almost there. There's just the final chorus and the ending to master, so I'm gonna hand you back over to Adam.
Now we're looking at bars 53D through to 67 of Stick It to the Man Encore. So this is the ending, the chorus, the second chorus, going into the second chorus, and then the ending of the song. Okay, so you have the drum solo, and then we have 3 bars of rest for the heavy rock out section. You see there's an E letter above that. Then we have low abrasive rumble. So although there are a few notes written down, really you just do heel of your hand, get a load of notes, make a load of noise, and then you go up, down, up, and then you're coming into the chords that we looked at before from the chorus. Okay, if you don't know what those are, then go back to the video of the chorus explaining what those chords are. And all that happens is it's the same, it's those chords, but with every bar you're moving down the bass note. So the bass note is in your left hand, so E and E, and it's in octaves, so the same note an octave apart, eight notes apart. Okay, and you play E for 1 bar, 3, 4, D for 1 bar, 3, 4, C for 1 bar, and then B for 1 bar. So each time you're moving down 1 white note. Okay, so together that's. Okay, and then you gliss down into the C power chord that we looked at before, C, G, C, G, 2, 3, 4, and then that's for 4 as well. And that's like what we looked at in the chorus before, but this time you also play the B with your thumb. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're looking at bar 60, and you do the same chords that you've just done here, the C into the B, the C5 into B5, that you jump up an octave. So both hands move up to the next C. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Then they jump up again. Okay? So they jump up again to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay? Or 1, 2, I would just hold that one for 2, so then you can gliss up for the next bar into, okay, we'll get into that. So, from 53D, low rumble, gliss up, because then you're coming into D, E. So this is the power chords that you use in the beginning, in the verse, with your left hand, but you're playing it in the right hand now, starting in the D above middle C. So D with your thumb, A with your index finger, D with your pinky. And then you move that whole shape up 1 note to E. E, B, E. Okay? So you gliss up to it, then you gliss down again, and you play it again, then you gliss down again. Okay, so you do that twice. So you gliss up, gliss down, gliss down. So these are like falling off. So the notes themselves are falling away. So it's how they finish, like. Okay, so that's how the notes end. And then you gliss up for bar 66. You gliss up to do this melody in both hands. So this melody goes E, E, G, E, B flat, B flat. Okay, so E, E. So I'm playing that with index finger, 2 E's, E, E. So long one, short one, E, E. G with my ring finger, back down to a short E. So that's long, short, long, short. Then I'll go thumb or index finger, B flat. So, and then that's, play that twice. Okay, so. And then you do that with both hands, and you do that 2 octaves apart. So you start this one on the E below middle C, and this right hand is two E's above middle C. So together, that's with the left hand. So I would go index finger, thumb for the G, index finger, and then maybe ring finger for the B flat. So that's, or, okay, and then that's what we call the call. So that's the question, and then the answer is. Okay, so that goes B, 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 so 2 B's, A, G, E, okay? So 1, 2, A, G, E, okay? And then you also play that in the left hand, in the bottom B, so the B 2 below middle C, so B, B, A, G, E, and you want to finish that last E. You want to play it with your thumb in the right hand and your pinky in the left hand, because then you're going to put a B above that with your index finger in the right hand, and in the left hand with your index finger you're going to put a B there as well. So together that's okay, it's a bit of a jump. So you could change the finger a little bit, and then you have one final chord after that, which is just the same chord, but you put an E on top of both hands. So E, B, E, E, B, E. So, and then gliss off with the right hand. Okay, so from 66, it's gliss up. You gliss up to. You could just do a right hand gliss up. So.
I can't show you my face right now because you've shredded it off. I'm kidding. It's right here. Dudes and dudesses. That was awesome. Now, I think it's time to put the whole song together. So, if you need to go back, check up on a few bits, do it. Otherwise, it is time. Now remember, if it's not perfect, who cares? Rock is not about being perfect. It's not about the rules. It's not about your grades. Rock is about sticking it to the man, and that's what we're gonna do right now. So, fingers at the ready. Picture yourself at Wembley or Madison Square Gardens, and let's do this.